I thought now I've had a chance to test them out, we'd compare Kevlar to ballistic nylon. Now, Kevlar's definitely come a long way since even just a few years ago, but in general since its invention. Because it used to always be that ballistic nylon was better than Kevlar for being stab resistant and sort of for shrapnel, and Kevlar was better against bullets. But that seems to have completely changed now with improvements in Kevlar, like with the stab proof layer on mine, that Kevlar's just completely better than ballistic nylon in pretty much every way. And it's a lot lighter too. So what ballistic nylon is the precursor to Kevlar. It's basically very similar. It's where you've got a synthetic material and weaved it very tightly using a machine. So it's like very thick essentially, but very condensed, so it's very good at resisting force. So for example, ballistic nylon needs to actually be made thicker than Kevlar to have the same effect, because it's just not as good a material. They were both invented by the same company, and ballistic nylon was the precursor to Kevlar, because ballistic nylon was around World War II sort of time, and it was used in the Korean and Vietnam War for flak jackets like this one. This is a British Army one. But then obviously Kevlar is what's come in to replace it, as well as ceramic plates and things like that. So here's the interesting thing. Kevlar panel this thin is able to stop most pistol rounds. This is level 2A. The confusing thing with Kevlar is it seems when they have A on it, it means it's not as good as that level. So you have level 1, level 2A, level 2, level 3A, then level 3 as far as I can work out from reading. They both sort of stop the same rounds, but level sort of, say, 2A stops slower velocity handgun rounds than ones which are level 2, which may have more pressure behind them, or a better head for penetrating armour. So, yeah. But here's the interesting thing, is this little Kevlar panel can stop most handgun bullets. This jacket can't, or at least not at any sensible range that you might use it in. This was really invented to stop like shrapnel, and it will stop some bladed weapons, but this is much better than not having armour at all. But here's the interesting thing with this, is that unlike Kevlar, which tends to just be the Kevlar, and then say you've got the chainmail on this one to make it stab resistant, ballistic nylon typically had the nylon, and then in crucial where your vital organs are, you'd have plates inside it to make it stronger, whether that be ceramic or steel. You can hear here, there's a plate on this bit here, and a similar plate here, and throughout the armour there's little plates inserted. For example, the neck area is thicker than some of the chest areas here. Basically, if there was going to be an organ there, the vest's designed to have a plate there to reinforce it. And it was still obviously lighter weight to have ballistic nylon with steel plates than it was to have full steel, and it's more manoeuvrable as well, but less manoeuvrable than Kevlar. But that being said, if you can get a full ballistic nylon vest like this for a good price, it's still worth it. This gives you much better survival gear than without. But because this is coming down in price, Kevlar actual plates, especially if you can get the ones with the sort of stab proof layers on, are getting a lot cheaper. So I think this is about 30 quid I paid for this. I looked on eBay, there's others around that price, it wasn't a one-off. You get that for around 30 quid, however much that is in dollars. You have one on your front, one on your back in the plate carrier. Although that gives you a bit less protection, something like this with all the shoulder pads on, it does give you much better actual physical protection. So Kevlar's pretty good. In a survival situation you'd want it, as I'm saying, this is really light. This is the good thing about this, where this vest isn't. It's bearable, the vest, because it's spread over the weight over it, but it's about 5 kilograms. This is less than 1 kilogram for one of the plates. So you'd be looking at less than 2 kilograms, then add the sort of plate carrier, or the sort of vest's weight, and you're still going to be less than 3 kilos for a good amount of protection, where this offers less protection all around for 5 kilos. So anyway, for a survival situation, Kevlar's very good. I've been very surprised testing this how strong it is. The only thing that I've managed to get through it was £175 compound crossbow with a broadhead, so that's like 360 feet per second with a broadhead round, so that's very good. But yeah, overall Kevlar is much better than ballistic nylon, but if you can't get any better, ballistic nylon is much better than no armour at all. Thanks for watching.